Hey everyone, Mark Miller with this month's Hilton Insights. Today I want to talk about the difference between revenue and balance sheet. Now, what do I mean by that? Whether you're a person that's focused on revenue, or you're a person that's focused on your balance sheet. Now, why do I say this? I'm kind of using a business analogy, but this can apply to personal wealth building. So we tend to, and when we're young and then as we grow up, we tend to focus on revenue. And that is how much money is coming in. Let's say you're a W-2 employee. How much money is coming in, and am I going to get a raise? How much more money am I going to get? We tend to kind of have a revenue model, and then we might attach a budget to that. And our mindset is all revenue, revenue, revenue. And the point I want to make is generally people that are not focused on building wealth have a revenue mindset, whereas people that are building wealth tend to have might think more like a business owner or even a CFO of a business, that are being a little more analytical and looking at it from a balance sheet standpoint, okay? So the difference is when you're focused on building wealth and you have that kind of analytical mindset like a CFO will, then you're automatically focused on building wealth. When you have a revenue mindset, you tend to be focused on just the next paycheck coming in or the next chunk of money. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you have $100,000 that comes in, unforeseen, and you're like, okay, what am I going to do with that $100,000? Well, if you tend to be stuck in a revenue mindset, then what happens is you're then thinking of, and you've already thought of, how am I going to spend that $100,000, because I'm looking at it from a budget standpoint. I just got a chunk of money and now I can upgrade that car, or I can get a nicer house, or whatever it is. And when you're in that mindset, so let me also tell you, so I wrote a book years ago and I talked about budgeting. And it was maybe a little bit ahead of its time. This was in the 90s. It might have been a little ahead of its time because I was talking about budgeting by savings. And what I was trying to do was make a distinction between, hey, just how much money am I making, focused on a boring budget, I better not overspend here, I better not do this or that. And I was saying, let's focus more on building the savings because it's a much more powerful mindset to have. So when you're budgeting by savings, just a kind of a throwback to what I was thinking back then, was that if you focused on savings, let's say I want to set aside 20% a year to build my wealth or savings, then I focus on that and I live within what's left over. So fast forward now to what I'm talking about. That is kind of like that balance sheet mindset. So business owners tend to focus on creating wealth and building wealth. So when that $100,000 comes in, if you have a mindset, you may want to maybe use a little of that to upgrade your lifestyle, but probably the majority of that is going to go towards building your assets, building your wealth, whether it's investing or investing in just, maybe even retail type of investing in mutual funds or stocks and bonds and things like that. Or you might want to invest in a revenue producing asset like real estate. So there's a real distinction there, and what we talk to our clients all the time about is we can continue to have that. If we have that revenue mindset, that's all we're thinking about, and we can't make that switch to more thinking like a CFO, how are we going to increase our balance sheet, then we're never going to efficiently build wealth. So what we teach our clients is, let's say that $100,000 comes in, is that we definitely focus on trying to use the majority of that to purchase more wealth and even compound or even stack wealth. That's how the wealthy get wealthier. They tend to be very strategic about it, and it's not just about, now I just got a chunk of money, now I can increase my lifestyle and get this and get that I've been depriving myself of, okay? So very important concept, and I invite you to be thinking from that framework. From now on, think about how would a CFO view this amount of money that came in. Like if you're a business owner now and you just made $200,000 in profit, how would a really good CFO analyze that money and get it on the balance sheet to increase the wealth of the company and not just be another bottom line revenue producer. Okay, so really, really important. So I hope that helps you. And I just invite you for the next week or so, think of that, have that balance sheet mindset that you're a business owner. A lot of people listening to this are business owners, and that you truly be a business owner and think how you can use those assets to build your wealth, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this today, but I'm very excited to announce that we'll be releasing a new podcast very soon, hosted by me and my partner, J. Bradley Hilton. It's going to be called the Hilton True Wealth Podcast. And we're going to break down complex financial topics into very practical, real-world conversations. So each episode is going to bring thoughtful insights, expert perspectives, and really honest, just kind of deep discussions designed to help you, understand your money better and really other aspects of your life and how it can increase your wealth and really how it can work better for you over time. So like I said, it's going to be available in April, so keep your eyes wide open for it. Look out for more information in the coming weeks. And in the meantime, to connect with us about your financial goals, go to the link in our bio or go to hiltonwealth.com and sign up for a complimentary consultation with me personally, or even receive a complimentary copy of our latest book, Hilton Wealth: How to Invest Like an American Dynasty.